Happy Bow Tie Friday. Here at the Build Guild. We're building guilds. We're guilding builds. Elliot, did you say you had sharing issues? Should we go to Codechef first?
I think I got it figured out, but
Okay. You
yeah.
want to try it?
Okay, let's give it
Or
a try.
let's give it a try. Please work first try. Oh yeah, we got ChatGPT Dolly 3 keyboard.
So wait, what do you see? Do you see my
Yeah, we see the zoom. Now we see the zoom. Sorry.
perfect,
Yeah.
perfect.
Sorry.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Here's Scaffold-Eth. Yep.
All
You
right.
take it away. You
Real
got it.
quick. All right. So Daniel's done some awesome art and he'll show that off real quick. We're gonna fly through this, but basically what we've done is we have these giant SVG files that he's created, and I built a script that takes the assets in the form of these different layers, and it parses through it and creates as many smart contracts, as many Solidity files as it possibly takes to put all these on chain. And then from there, we have like another contract that is set up to accept the different layers and keep track of this contract has this, particular part of this layer, so on and so forth. So it sews it all together when you call this. And I have a quick example on the front end here. So very simple read contract, and it's basically telling it all these different layers. And then we'll go back to this. Okay, so this is just click the button and it's going to pull in all the different layers. This is hitting that function that I just showed you where it sends in all the different layers, and boom, there's Daniel's art, and it just sewed all these different pieces together in multiple contracts, like literally hundreds of contracts in order to house all of the code for the SVG. So I can pass it over to Daniel to show you the rest of the art. But yeah, the part that I was mostly involved in at this part is just the generating all these contracts from the SVG files.
We should measure how much gas they are to deploy and figure out like how much it would cost to deploy on different networks.
Well, yeah, it's not going to go on mainnet, that's for sure. But yeah, it's a ton. It's a ton of gas. I forget the number, but yeah.
Yeah, the files are pretty big.
Yeah.
So I'll talk about the kind of story of it, I suppose, which is the art.
You just continue to share my screen and we can show off some of these.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was going to do as well.
Gotcha.
So yeah, the story was Elliot reached out and said he wanted to do a manga inspired PFP project. So I jumped on it. So it's all SVG art. So I thought instead of doing a PFP project that's just like there's so many of those kind of things around, I thought we'd do something a bit different and do like a trading card. So I've got 7 characters that I've designed here. So these are what you'd call true cards. These are complete characters, and the characters are built up out of 7. We chose the number 7 to kind of permeate the whole story. So there's 7 samurai characters, 7 mechas, Onchain Mechs, and each of them has got 7 layers, 7 attributes or traits. So there's the arms for the robot's body, the interior cabin, the little character riding the robot, the background and an overlay, and then this Japanese kanji, that symbol at the top there. So what you'll do is you'll mint packs, unrevealed packs of these, and inside a pack there'll be 1 or more true cards, which is one of these cards, which will be identifiable with the kanji symbol on it, and then there'll be a bunch of other random ones which are just auto-generated using all those different traits, but they won't have a kanji. So those are just like fillers. And then the idea is that people will mint packs until they collect all 7 samurais, and there's a story that we're busy writing about it as well. And then once they've collected all 7, then that'll unlock something. We're thinking maybe a master SVG or master one that you can swap yourself all the items and create whatever combination you want, and maybe the colors as well. I think that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah. That's it.
Very cool stuff. So each one of these main characters is like a giant Figma file, and then you took the Figma and like imported into SVG in layers. And that's what Elliott did, is take the layers that are in SVG format and then put them into smart contracts. So it saves the solidity, or it saves the SVG inside the solidity on chain.
That's
And
right.
then you can read the blockchain and basically get all of the renderings here. Like this looks like something that you would have like a JPEG basically that's stored in IPFS, but it's actually all on chain. And you could do things like breeding if it's all on chain. You could do like so many cool kinds of like mixing, and like the game could be based on you could do so many things on chain when it's on chain graphics, because the actual graphics could change based on like if the person's like getting beat up, he's like looks rougher, right? Something like that could actually happen on chain. So many neat things. Very cool.
Elliot, you can show them all the assets like that we've got on the side, like. And then the other thing we thought about doing was just like throwing in little like treasure cards, so like little rare one of ones or batches of, so just to kind of gamify it a bit more, you know. So if people are collecting, they're not getting the same stuff, so you'll get like that's not one of the characters.
Very cool assets.
Yeah.
Cool implementation on chain too. Neat stuff, guys. So what's the plan for it? Going to put it on some cheap chain, probably.
Yeah, probably. Maybe base or something.
Cool. Let's see what it'll cost on base. Let's run the calcs. Yeah. Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Great artwork, great implementation. We'll keep an eye on where you guys go with this next.
All right.
Cool.
Would love to see a game around it somehow, like a card game where you're dealing out and playing just in person.
Yeah.
The idea is people will also like collect them. So like if you're minting packs, you're not going to get like, it'll take you a while maybe to get them all. So you know, and we're going to limit it. So there's only maybe 7,000 of them, 7,000 complete decks, packs of 7. So people will have to kind of trade with each other, and if you get doubles.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Trading. Yeah.
Awesome. Great project, guys.
Nice.
It's going to be a lot of storage on chain. Could be very cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. One of these is like almost half of a megabyte. So
oh geez.
Yeah.
Okay, I think Codechef is up next. If you can stop sharing, Elliott, and Code could take over. Probably another game of some sort. What do you got for us, Codechef?
Oh yeah, yes. I got like a Halloween thing on chain game.
Ooh, nice.
Share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So hi everyone. So I built a Treat Scavenger on chain game where you roll a 4-sided dice and go across through the boards, and then when you go to the house, you can connect some candy, which is a ERC20 tokens, and then you need to watch out for the thieves because they can steal candies. Also you can also like hire thieves to steal all people's candy. And to get started, you have to go to a marketplace and then buy a pumpkin bucket NFTs, which you will convert these NFTs and we basically link it to a token bound account, which is like a wallet, smart wallet that is linked to your NFTs. You want to connect some candy as the ERC20 tokens. And once you did that, you can go back and then play the game and then roll a dice. And for the random number, I'm using like basic random number. I mean, I could improve it by using the Chainlink VRF for the randomness, and then you can keep rolling dice and until you reach the house. You also like hire the thief, and you should see the thief appear. So if another player lands on your thief space, the thief can steal the candy and then transfer it to your token bound account, and you can keep rolling. Very simple, and then you click on claim to just roll like 10 candies as ERC20 tokens, and yeah, that's all I got. Very simple. Any questions?
So the candy is an ERC20. The bucket is that like a 6551 or what's
Yeah.
the bucket?
It's
Yeah.
like NFT, which is linked to the token bound account, ERC 6551.
Okay, it is a 6551.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. And I didn't hear. So the thing I didn't hear is how you can hire. What's this wizard doing? How do you hire?
No, the thief. Basically, you can hire. It will be on chain, on the grid. It will like record the address to make sure not to steal from the owner, but you can steal it somewhere else. So it'll be on the board. Just the yeah, it's just basically I'll update the grid. So it's no, basically I change the grid to thief, and then you can like steal someone's candy. Yeah, maybe I could add more features.
Hey,
Really
thief,
simple.
hire thief.
Yeah. I haven't add the steal candy yet, but that should be easy to add. Add more logic to it. Yeah, and then actually once you go to the end of the board, like the space, you can like swap your candy. You can like talk to the wizard and then swap the candy for some Ethereum token.
Solid coins. Yeah, or some stable coins. Swap your candy to stables.
Yes. And then once you reach the end, you could go to this portal and you'll go back to the start. Yeah, really simple. Yeah, that's what I got.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Nice
Uh,
build.
yeah,
Yeah.
we do. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, that's all I got.
Awesome.
Add more time, I can add more features. Yeah. Yeah, I can
I'm
have a
not
feature where you go to the houses and then you enter the number of candies you want to take, and the more candies you take, the more you get your buckets taken away because you probably get greedy. Uh,
it
yeah, it's
has
not big.
this the same thing as Monopoly. It kind of has this like you need to be forced to roll, so you have to keep playing. It's almost like the rolling and the movement could just be parts of like blocks getting mined, and all of that could be without players even having to interact. Like basically, you sign up for the game, and then your character is going to move based on block hashes, and no one has to make any transactions because the block hashes are just getting created by the blockchain. So you could do the rolling and the forced movement all like off chain and then just like prove it now and then like, oh, this person has land here and my thief is going to steal candy from them, so then that's the only time you have to make a transaction. Could be an interesting way to do kind of like off chain or like another layer of the game. Good build, Codechef. I think Jaewi. I don't know if you're out there. And then Tommy, if Tommy is out there, and then Wizzy, if Wizzy is out there. I don't see any of these names in the on screen, so I'm not sure if you're here. Chewy, Tommy, Wizzy, and then Valentine. I see Valentine here. Valentine, you might be up. And then Filip
Hello.
is on deck.
Good day, BG. Good day. Good day, everyone.
Yo, we got you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. And so I developed a mobile application that works on both Android and iOS devices. This app will enable users to create wallets, manage and transfer cryptocurrencies with ease, and interact with OpenSea, Aave, and other decentralized applications. So I'd like to share my screen.
Should be able to, yeah.
Hold on, please.
And then Filip will be up next.
All right. So can you guys see my screen?
Yep, we've got a mobile
All
screen.
right. So
Yep.
this is Pocket, right? So it's an app that you can put in your pocket, basically. So I call it Pocket. And let's create an account. So while we create the account, I'd like to say that Pocket was developed using React Native for cross-platform support, efficiency, and ease of maintenance. I'd use suggestion, but let me just use an easy password. And my device supports biometrics, so it enables me to sign in with biometrics. It's important to write this down, but for the sake of practice, I will just take a screenshot, right? and we'll use that later. Or we can copy to clipboard. Let's store somewhere, let's say here, and we'll use that for confirmation later. Typical wallet creation, right? Surge, announce, wet trail, and we move forward, and we can select Surge.
I've always hated this onboarding. It's like a common pattern in a lot of, like, it doesn't seem like you should have to do this until you have like money in the wallet. And then it should be like yelling at you to do this. Like it shouldn't block you to use the wallet to have to type in the seed phrase again.
Oh yeah.
Common UX. So
yeah, it's common actually. It's just I believe it's just good for the sake of
it's like
security.
good to be sure that the person has it backed up. But I don't want to be sure that that person has it backed up until they have money on it.
Yeah, because that's when it's important, right? Because that's when it's actually important. Okay, so I believe that should be it. And you can actually initialize with up to 10 accounts, but we'll keep it simple and start with one. And that's successful. And welcome to the home page. So at the moment I'm broke, there's nothing in there. I have an account which, but basically on re-entry into the app, it gives you the login screen, and you have the option of signing in with biometrics, or you can just put in the password, right? And it will sign in. Usually I use biometrics, but let's just use the password, and you can reset your wallet as well. And you also have the ability to make transfers, and you can also import accounts. So here is a private key. Feel free to steal the funds in the private key, by the way. So here's a private key. Let's import my dev account. All right, so I don't have a lot going on here. Actually, I believe I just have like $1. But let's move on to, let's say, Sepolia. And Zach transferred me, I believe he transferred 3 ETH to me on Guidl. So I should have that on Guidl as well. So yeah, I should have up to 3 Guidl ETH, I believe, 3.02, yeah. So if I want to transfer, I can make transfers as well. I can make transfers, but I can specify, let's say I go here and I want to transfer.
Does it do
Let's say I
ENS?
transfer. Yeah, you can use ENS as well. Yeah, there's ENS resolution. But you know what, to demonstrate transfer, let's import an account, right? Because it would show me I have an account that has up to $10. We can use that so here's the seed phrase. Feel free to steal this one as well, right?
Disclaimer, you should never be copying seed phrases and private keys around like this. Don't do it.
Yeah, exactly. But for demo purposes, it's allowed at the moment, but usually no, absolutely not. You should never, ever do that. It's not good at all. So here is the signing with biometrics. I import my account, just one account, start with one. And voila. This is on Guidl. I move to Sepolia, and I believe I have a couple bucks here. Okay, that's good. So let's create an account that will transfer to. So at the moment, we see this account has 0 ETH. Now let's transfer from our first account, which has some ETH, to the second account, which we just created. And let's transfer, we can also specify in $1. Or you know what? Austin, what's your ENS? Right, that should be
ATG.eth. Yeah.
Austin,
yeah, that'll work too. Yep.
Griffith.eth, right?
Yep. Does it
correct?
resolve?
Yeah, it resolves.
Nice.
Yeah, it does. You can also scan as well, right? You can scan.
Yeah.
You can scan as well, but let's leave that for now. So I want to transfer $1 to Austin, and if he has his account there, he should see $1. Sorry, it's $1. I'd love to transfer more, but you have more money than me, so.
Is that real ETH going? I'll get a notification if it's real ETH. Yeah.
Problem is, we're on mainnet, so it takes a while for block to be mined. Here we have view details. You can leave the app and see the transaction on Etherscan, but
Yep.
we'll just cancel because we are done, right? So, and in any other case, say, let's say I want to try, I can just click on the recent. I need to select, I can transfer to any of my accounts. I can just specify it in ETH if I want to, because it has the type conversion and all that. And that's that, right? So if I check
Is
my
this all
balance,
open source? Do you have the source code available? Make
yeah,
sure you paste in the
it's
GitHub
actually
link
on,
in
it's actually
chat.
on Play Store right now, and it's all open source actually. It's on Play Store right now actually, but I'll add it's on Play Store at the moment, and I just pushed it, I think November 1st. So that's basically it, and I can connect to dApps as well.
I saw the Wallet Connect logo there. That's really handy.
Yeah. I can connect to dApps as well. So to demonstrate, let me spin up my OpenSea. I'll spin up OpenSea and hold on. So as you can see, you have the option to let me scan. Oh, damn it. Problem is that I'm not connected to, but I'd love to show you. I'd have loved to show you the screen. I'd have loved to show you the screen on this thing. But you know what?
It worked. No, I mean that's we know how, like we've gone through Wallet Connect enough that just seeing it on your mobile, we know what's happening there. You're assigning it to OpenSea on your computer, which is really powerful.
Exactly. I've actually wrapped ETH on, you can see the connected sites as well. I can disconnect if I want to. I've actually wrapped ETH on OpenSea, and I'm actually attempting to purchase a token, which is why I purchased an NFT, which is why I took 3 Goeli ETH from Zach, because I didn't have it. I couldn't find an NFT that I would love to burn money. I don't usually, but anyway. But Pocket can also be used to purchase NFTs and wrap tokens and basically perform other contract interactions, make transfers,
Any dApp
receive.
interaction. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So that's basically it. That's
awesome.
basically
great
Pocket.
build. Let's make sure that's open source. Let's get the repo in the show notes so people can go look at this.
Sure. I'll be posting.
Code.
I'll be posting the links to the GitHub repo and to Play Store as well. It also works on iOS, but I don't have a. It's not ready. I don't have an iOS account yet. So when I get that set up, I'll push that to iOS as well for iOS users to be able to install.
How are you showing transfers, like history? How does it keep track of history? Does it use an API, or is it like crawling blocks or something?
I use the Etherscan API. I use that to keep track of transactions. So
cool.
for some networks, yeah, I use Etherscan, and any other for some other networks that is not Ether, like let's say Polyscan, I believe I also use that. So basically, it's APIs I use to keep track of.
Can we see your network list again? We pull down the network list in the top. What all did you add to it? Oh yeah, here we go. Cool. Very similar to kind of what we're using with Punk Wallet too.
Yeah. I got the idea. Actually, I was inspired by Punk Wallet.
Great.
It was an interesting project actually. Very
yeah.
Nice.
There's a lot of code in there. Shout out to Tam. I don't think he's on the call.
There's a lot, and there's also another wallet I was inspired by. That is Scaffold-Wallet, I believe.
Yep.
This one.
Yep.
That was also a very good wallet. I just
added a few.
Yeah, Fran Pastor. Yeah, I just added a few upgrades to it just to like connecting to the apps. I didn't see that working in Scaffold-Wallet, so I made that happen. I just some other little design tweaks and stuff. Being busy.
Great build. Cool. Philip, you are up next. Nice build, Valentine. That is a cool mobile wallet. I'm excited to see the code on that too.
Yeah.
Nice. It says I can't share my. All right. Can you hear me?
Yep, we got you.
Can you see me or not me?
Yep, we got you. Yep.
Okay, so I had like
QR codes.
Sorry. No. Yeah, a bunch of QR codes. If anyone is watching on YouTube. I had I did a zero knowledge age restriction demo. It's really like a story. I have it here, but I think I can just jump to the code. Or what do you think?
You're okay to go through the story.
Yeah. All right. Then I'll do that. So so it's like showcasing what you can do with zero knowledge and specifically age restriction. So we have Alice, we have the town hall, and we have a balloon vendor who's deployed 2 contracts on chain. The balloon vendor gives out free balloons to anyone who's 10 years old or younger, so to all the kids. Alice wants free balloons, but she does not want to share a birth date with the vendor. But both of them trust the town hall, and you can solve this with zero knowledge proofs. So how it works, and this is also shown if you click through the app, is that Alice goes to the town hall and shows her passport. She has to go there physically. And the town hall checks her passport if it's valid and indeed that Alice has the birth date that she claims. And she also has to prove that she has a specific public key, so her wallet address. They then generate the signature, and in the signature, it's kind of, you can see it as a promise that the town hall says that Alice has a specific birth date and that she owns a specific public key. When Alice has this, she can generate a zero knowledge proof. And the zero knowledge proof, it's the town hall's promise. It also proves that she is valid to get the free balloon, so she's under 10 years old. And that's it in the proof. The proof she then uses to call the balloon vendor contract. And the call has the proof in it. And since it's a blockchain call, it's also Alice's wallet address. And then on chain, the balloon vendor contract will call the verify contract and verify the proof. This is the same things that we generated in the proof. And then Alice gets a balloon, and she did not have to share a birth date with the vendor. So that's great. Let's see. And you have these 2 things, they run on the local machine, and then you have the contracts, of course, on the chain. So any questions so far? Perhaps it was a bit hasty.
No, that makes sense. I think there might be a question in chat, but keep rolling.
Okay,
the question hasn't been asked yet. There's a a notion of a question.
So now there is a bunch of text, and the text is just basically saying the story I just drew to you in the presentation. So we have 3 steps, right? We have the third-party signature, we have the generate proof, and then we have call contract. So now I'm Alice, I take my address, copy. I go to the town hall, I give them my public address, my birth year, so the town hall checks my passport. And this is a bit hacky, but this is the private key of the town hall in the current demo. They sign my age, so I now have the signed birth year or the signature here. And then I go to the next step, and this is on Alice's machine. So Alice, she inputs her birth year as in the signature, what's required for the balloon vendor to give out free balloons, the public key of the signer, and the signature of the birth year, and then her address. And then we can generate a proof. Takes like 5 seconds.
It sure looks nice, though.
Yeah, it's a bit spacey. This takes a little bit too long. Maybe I can take the question.
Okay.
Did you have a question? No? Or anyway, yes.
So I went through the build. I wanted to ask so the question, you did something on the back end, like with the APIs and where you have the proof and you send like an API request to the proof.
Yeah.
Like the question I wanted to ask was, is there any way to, because like for everything you do, you have to generate the proof. Is there any way around it? So like, so that multiple people can like generate a proof simultaneously. Is there any way around it? Like from your perspective?
I'm not sure I understand the question. I know that the previous version I had to generate the proof in the backend, indeed. But now currently the proof generation actually runs in the browser.
Okay,
Because
like
the private keys there, right? Basically, the town hall's private key is in the browser, so it's able to generate the proof.
Both the private key, but also the generation, like the proof generation we have here in the presentation. So this step, when Alice generates the proof, this is done on Alice's machine in her browser.
Okay. I think I didn't explain myself properly. Are you there?
Yes, I'm there. I'm here.
So the major question was, okay, in a situation where I don't want to give anybody the key. I don't want to give anybody the key on the front end. I want to do it on the back end. And I need to like generate multiple proof files. Is it possible for me to do that like with the current setup or anything? Because I was using it as like a template for something I was playing with.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it should be possible for generating zero-knowledge proofs. You need some public inputs in order to prove the proof. But I think it could be possible. Maybe I can write to you after the call and we can have a look at it.
That sounds great. Yeah, let's link up in the Telegram afterwards, and you guys can take it async.
Perfect. So I don't know if you saw it, but the proof was generated. And now Alice connects to the blockchain, and here is the proof. It's taken from here. And then Alice calls the chain to get her balloon. And I don't know what's slow actually, but after a while, I should be having a balloon here. Yeah. There, the transaction was successful. So now Alice has one balloon and she got it for free without paying anything except gas costs.
And the important part was Alice didn't have to reveal any information to the balloon.
Exactly. So if we look here at the balloon vendor, so this is the contract. And this is like almost like the vendor contract in one of the Speedrun Ethereum challenges. I added one, which is called Get Free Token. And the only thing Alice sends in is the proof. And of course, she reveals that she is the sender as well. And yeah, in the proof, there is no private information. This is just a proof together with the public input then that it's sent here. So the required age, the public key of the town hall, and Alice's wallet address.
Very cool. And you're using Noir for this, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm using Noir as a CK circuit language. It looks kind of, so this is like the final check. You check that the birth year is indeed lower than what's allowed, that the town hall's promise is correct. That's these two lines here, this. And so if you clone this, that's one of the QR codes. You'll see that I've added one package to the like Scaffold-Eth project that's called Noir. And there you have some tests and things. Yeah.
So this isn't just generating and proving a proof, but it's doing it on chain. It's generating the proof and then it's proving that the proof is valid on chain and then changing some on chain state, which is kind of like a double technology thing there, double crypto.
Yeah. And if you're really interested, there are some in the repository. There are some like extra tasks I haven't done, but they require to think a little bit. I can recommend anyone who's interested to go there.
And this is a really cool space to be checking out. Like the whole ZK space is very interesting and very cutting edge, and we're getting to the point where you can be doing these proofs on consumer hardware, and we have the blockchain where we can be, storing and verifying these proofs on chain. There's a lot of really cool technology like Noir and all these starter kits coming out to make circuit writing easier. Circuits are still really hard. That's the first Noir circuit I've seen, and it still looks pretty hard. Even though it's like, okay, it's just ECDSA. We're checking that ECDSA is right. We're checking that a key pair is a key pair. It's still quite a bit. Oh, Noir by example. I didn't know about this. Is it just like Solidity by example, but for writing?
Yeah, exactly. And
that's great.
So we give, and there he actually has like, that's where I got my inspiration. So he has like a blog postish where it goes through it. It's very nice. It's one of the QR codes.
I was going to recommend that the ZK voting app be the next thing that someone builds here, and we do ZK voting for Bowtie Fridays, so we can vote.
I actually tried to start with it. It's fun as well. It's a bit how do you say, mind-boggling or something.
Yeah, no. Anytime I write a circuit, my brain starts to fail. I have a really hard time writing circuits for some reason. Awesome build. Let's see that extend. Let's see more people build more apps with that Noir starter kit, and especially like Scaffold-Eth Noir apps that like actual users could use. Huge props for someone who builds one that we could use locally here for voting, where we pass in all the different projects, everyone votes, it's ranked, and we don't see who voted for what. So it's a little bit more so no one has any hard feelings or whatever. Okay, next up, great build. Let's get the code and the repo in the show notes too. Make sure you link that, Philip, so we can put that in. I think Hacklight is next, and then Damu, and then Matt. I think we got about 5 minutes each. If you guys can squeeze it in, let's see what we've got. If Hacklight is out there, yeah, you are. Okay. Take it away if you've got it.
Yeah. Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Oh, you're very quiet.
Sorry, it's evening around here. So I worked on an SVG NFT project. So let me share my screen, and still actually in works. Oh, sorry.
You got it?
Yeah, yeah, I'm coming.
And then Damu up next. Oh, you got it. It's loading. We've got it. Hacklight.eth. Cosmos.
Okay, so this I just gave it the name Space NFT. I know that's not like a cool name, so I just hope that someone in the community would help me come up with something.
This looks rad. No way. It's awesome.
Yeah. So basically the project is have the space, and so you can mint your own space. The idea is for these shooting stars and the planets to be separate NFTs that you can also mint. Currently they are together, but that's like what I intend on working. Before now, I think I showed this to Valentine, and he gave me the challenge of adding like a shooting star and making it animate. So that was like really, really cool working on it. I got to learn how to work with SVGs and the animations. So I think I'll just do a demo. Sorry. Sorry, I'm coming. Okay. All right. So this just like a UI I cooked up to just like present for today. I think this is what I have in mind to for the homepage to be, but just for the purpose of demonstration, I'll just use this. So the whole idea is that it generates like different colors, and you have something unique for yourself. You can type in any text you want, and it's going to be like part of the SVG that is going to be generated. So why this is like actually cool for me is that I had like a hard time. I've not worked on anything like this before, so I kind of learned a lot doing this. Then I think another stuff I really liked about working on this project was the fact that I decided not to use Ita.js. I used Vim, I think
It's time.
VIEM. And
it's time to start using VM for sure.
Yeah,
it works better.
VM,
The docs are better. It's good.
Yes. So I got to like understand how to make use of it, and it was like really, really cool. I think from now on, that's basically what I'll be using for my project. So yeah, that's practically it. So someone from the community should please help me get a cooler name so that when I submit this to my BuidlGuidl profile, I'll have like something that is cooler. Thank you.
Good hack, Hacklight. Definitely want to be creating that SVG NFT as one of your last BuidlGuidl projects, or one of your last speedrun projects, moving in to do more BuidlGuidl stuff. VM and Wagme are also really awesome. That was a good shout out. I think Damu is up next. Damu, what you got for us, man? After taking all our money at Mora.
Yeah. I thought that I wouldn't have time today to show my build because there was a lot of people before me, but now I have to improve something.
All right, we got
it. I'm building a betting room application. This is from an idea from you, Austin, to create an application to implement the price stuff from a game, or you can use like a betting room to bet on what user will win a game. I implemented part of this now. Now you can't bet on other player. You can only join a room, and if you win the game, you will get the pot. And of course, if more than one user win, the pot will split from to all the winners. And well, I can create a new room. I can set the bet for each player that join this room, and now you must set a block that bet deadline. I think that it will be better to set some time, but well, this is for now. And
nice
then
calendar selector or something.
Yeah,
for sure.
something better, of course. The user do not want to know about the block count. And then another deadline. This is for claim the price, because I don't know if one user don't forget to claim the price. You don't want to lose money in the contract, and then the other player can get a refund after this deadline. And then the game contract address itself, and the only function that you need from that contract is this winner read function that will get the address from all the winner from that game with the room hash that you create in the betting application. So I get the contract, the game contract address. I put there, and I will create and join this room. Another option is to just create, because maybe you are just created a room, but you are not playing. But well, I will create and join the room, and this is the room. And now I can copy this link, and I go to I use another user. I can join this room, Well, I have some bugs. The members are updated here, but not here. And well, then all the user can join, and after the block, the bet deadline, someone can fetch the winner and get a tip for this. Now it's set to the 1% of the pot balance. Here you can see the balance for this room, 2 cents, and I fetch the winner. I get the tip, and I have some bugs. I said the winner should appear here, but well, I will refresh. Oh, I forgot. Oh, I forgot something. I forgot to. Let's start again. No, I need to join. I need to join the. I need to join. I need to join the game. So I get this address as the winner. So now, I have to. No, I already fetched. I have to. Sorry, I have to start over. But I will. I will.
And just to reiterate the goal, when someone builds a game, they don't necessarily want to build like a betting platform into their game. It like that even like we've been seeing, like there's so much composability in blockchain apps that even the idea of like a waiting room that could set up people to stake into a game will probably be one app, and then the game will be another app, and then betting on the game will be another app. So seeing that composability layer come through here, we were talking about, what about just like the generic betting app that assumes that there's going to be some other game that's happening on chain, and something written into some contract somewhere that says who is the winner, and then that you could allow other people to bet in a separate app on the outcome of the game, as long as the game has some. I think what you ended up doing is having a winners function built into the game. But that's like one of the most interesting things, is what that interface needs to look like, so you can have your app or game be bettable by someone else by having some generic function that returns who wins or something like that.
Thank you. And now I have the winner. That this is the user from this order, and this is not the winner. So this user can claim the prize and well, get the prize and the balance share. And well, if the price deadline is reached, and there is something in the balance, all the users that put a bet can get a refund. Well, that's it.
That's awesome. I can imagine this being kind of like a troll box kind of extension for any game or a website. The troll box was that like chat that would come up and people were just, shit posting in it all day. But if you could add some little like chat box to your app, or you could have some kind of chat box somewhere else that says, okay, we're going to go play this game now. Here's the smart contract. Let's all coordinate around like betting on some final state of this smart contract. And then we go play the game and then come back and collect our winnings or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
It's a neat model.
And it would be nice to bet on other player too, maybe. Maybe you are not playing the game, but you want to bet for another player. Yeah.
Yep. Cool stuff. Yeah, and Lulox asked if every game was identified by a hash or something like that. You would want the room identifier to be some like non-guessable hash you could share with people, but it won't deploy a contract every time, I don't think, right?
No.
Okay, good.
No. It's just a hash get from block hash and something random, something. Yeah.
Cool. All right, Matt, finish it off, man. We got 5 minutes left, perfectly timed. BuidlGuidl.
Here we go. This is my first This is my first build for the guild, and I went with Speedrun Chainlink, where I walk you through like a beginner's guide to price feeds, random numbers, and automation. So if we go to price feeds, on the left for the showcase here, we've got the aggregator V3 consumer that consumes the ETH USD price, and below each like showcase, I have like steps to getting started for that are like beginner friendly. That shows you like where you can go and get the price feed addresses and stuff like that. And then you got the feed registry, which is a little more flexible, but it's only available on mainnet, but it lets you choose the base asset and the quote asset. So if we go grab the address for BTC or for ETH real quick, we'll set that as the quote, and you can see BTC in terms of ETH. And then let's jump right into VRF real quick. I have a little fruit wheel here going on that pulls from the VRF when you click the spin button. So we'll go ahead and spin the wheel and hit confirm, and then showing the contract right here. What's happening is once this transaction is this function right here, which calls request randomness, which you inherit from the VRF wrapper consumer base. And when you call that, you need the callback gas limit, the request confirmations, which is how many blocks it's going to take to return. So hopefully that doesn't take too long, because we only got a couple minutes left here. And then the number of random values you want to get back. And then eventually that will spin out here. While waiting for that to spin, looks like the transaction went through, but it's going to take 3 blocks. On Sepolia, the minimum amount you can do is 3 blocks. So that's going to take a minute. So while that's going, let's pull up and do a quick swap here. And we're swapping on Arbitrum using the SDK for Uniswap. Executing swap. I don't have time to go through much of this.
Wait, so why are we swapping? I don't understand the swap.
Oh, this is just me jamming while this is going to take a while. So I'm just like filling the space.
Just by doing like a CLI, like a swap from a CLI.
Yeah.
Are they related or just for fun?
They're 2 separate projects. Sorry, I should have clarified that. But it asks you, do you want to swap this for this? And then we can check that on Uniswap at 0.502. Looks like we're getting actually a little bit better deal. You hit yes, and then that swap goes through, approving the transfer. Looks like we got our random strawberry back over here. So that's looking good. And then, yeah, the swap went through. We'll open that up to confirm real quick. And yeah, it looks like we hopped into the WETH and then swapped it for Rockapole ETH. So
and that looked like that was a hard hat script you were running there. Is that right?
It's a hard hat task. Yeah.
Cool. Completely unrelated to the Chainlink demo and the VRF. So I feel like there was 3 things there. What was so there was the Chainlink price oracle that will give you the price of an asset. Then there was VRF, which gives you randomness, and it calls back with the randomness. Was there a third tab? Maybe not.
Yeah,
automation.
I also have automation set up, but we're kind of running out of time here, so I didn't want to run through too much of that. But
got 2 minutes.
It's just a really basic contract that lets you start a counter that increments up to 10 and then it turns off. I was interested to see how often the Chainlink keepers could actually call the. So when you real quick,
you're good. You got time.
The automation consumer has this check upkeep function that you have to override that you import from the automation compatible interface. And when this returns true, then the Chainlink node, the upkeep nodes, will call this perform upkeep function right here. So I wanted to see if I set the interval to 0 and just like try to
true all the time.
Yeah, true all the time. See if they can hit every block, but it turns out they can't. At least on Sepolia, the test nets, it's going to take about 3 blocks worth of space before it's going to hit. But the blocks are slow on Sepolia, so I don't want to keep people waiting around. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so we got block 807 here. Count goes to 3, and then in a couple more blocks, it'll go up to 4. But
awesome.
Yeah.
So you did a speedrun Chainlink, which is like showing off all the different facets of Chainlink. You did price oracles where you can, if you have price oracles on chain, you can create synthetics for anything. Then you have VRF, which is like randomness. You can make games that are verifiably random on chain. And then the third thing is for keepers. If you need an app that has like a cron job, Web3 cron jobs work very different than Web2 cron jobs. You need to have incentives and rules written correctly, but you can have some automation task that checks in. And then for fun, just to add some extra pizzazz to it, you did a hard hat swap just to fill the time from a hard hat script. Very cool build. Awesome stuff, Matt. Way to go.
For sure. Thank you.
Good Bowtie Friday. All right. Great job, everybody. Thank you for showing off. Happy Bowtie Friday. Thanks everyone for showing up.
Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you guys.
Happy Friday, guys.